What up, what up? Hello, Eric. Hello, breadheads. Welcome to another episode of Think Fresh.
Oh, Ty in the house. How's it going, man?
Big Eric, big meaty Eric. I am doing so good. I'm having a great day. How about you? Are you doing some squats over there? What do you how does one fill the warm summer afternoons?
I thought you were gonna say, how does one film those Amiri shorts? um, it's in two ways, Ty. Squat and thick enlargement surgery, but I've only done the former. And yeah, how'd you know? I just finished a nice little session. I must be glistening still.
You got that workout gleam. He's got just a shimmer to himself, a little bit of glistening. I don't
Oh,
know.
perfect.
You must be
Dude, don't
very
mind
porous
me.
right now.
Oh, dude, don't mind me while I crack open this fucking weird canned beverage, Ty.
Are you trying to get into some big beer right now, Eric?
Oh, dude, I wish. But if I hit a big beer immediately after this workout, I think I would probably like stunt my growth in some way. But check this out, Ty. This is a canned coffee.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Coffee
dude.
house milk coffee. This looks like a second wave canned coffee.
Dude, we've regressed from fourth wave beers and fourth wave coffees to first wave or like null wave, as I like to call it. The first
Mm.
iteration. And yeah, I like this shit, man. I think it had like a nice
That's sick.
retro like design on it, and so I was like, well, let me just try this.
Yeah,
And
totally.
without
That's
further
what makes
ado,
me think. Oh, is this your first sip? That first sip feeling?
hmm first sip. Oh, it's kind of like a diner coffee with like
Hell yeah.
cream and like tons of sugar.
Yeah, dude, it looks like zero wave coffee. First wave. Ground zero. No, coffee ground zero.
Yeah, can I get this ground? And by that I mean ground zero.
Mm,
Let me see how much sugar is in
interesting.
this. 19 grams per one can. That's pretty high.
Is that high? I don't really know. I feel like the concept of a gram, it's only relevant in like drugs and sugar,
In
because
scientists.
sugar's too hard to imagine. Like, can you imagine what 5 grams of sugar looks like?
I have no idea, but I can imagine 5 grams of Coke, and it's probably the exact same.
It probably actually is. They probably have a very similar density.
So there's probably a Venn diagram here of like Walter White's.
Hmm.
Hold on, there's scientists or like science teachers. And on the other side, there's like coffee nerds
Yeah.
or like,
Or just,
wait, what was it again? Scientists and what else?
it's just like sugar heads, you know? Diabetics.
Diabetics and scientists, and in the middle is like Walter White Jr. Oh, what the
Maybe,
hell?
maybe that's the Venn diagram. I like
Maybe.
to think that it's
I've
more
never
like,
watched the show.
I haven't either, and I don't plan on it. I keep a roster
You
of shows I
hate
do
popular
want to
shows.
watch. There's shows I do want to watch, and there's shows I don't want to watch, and I keep a list of both, Eric. And the shows that I do want to watch, it's very small, and the shows I don't want to watch is very large.
When something's in your do watch list, does it move over to your don't watch list after you've seen it? Because you don't want to watch it again, right?
I mean, you don't really want to watch it again, but I like to put things in my do watch list that are timeless.
Hmm.
So that
Okay.
like if I were to rewatch, I wouldn't be actually. I don't really like rewatching anything. It's like making the same sandwich twice. Why bother? Like you already know.
Oh my gosh. I beg to differ, my great co-host.
That's
Some pieces of art, Ty, are deserve to be enjoyed many times over, and
mm.
I'm talking about sandwiches.
That's because you and I have two different philosophies on sandwich making. You are the
Falafel
pursuit of
seeds.
great depth of flavor, and I'm trying to maximize great breadth of experience. So you want to like build a relationship with your sandwich like it is a lover. Like you would love the meatball. You want to make love to the meatball. So you will
Hmm.
order that until you've perfected it. Whereas I will like
Exactly.
try to create breadth with my sandwich, even if it means there's a few flops along the way.
Good flop is a sign of a good sandwich.
Yeah. My
But
favorite
the
tool was the flop awful on it.
thank you for cutting me off to say that.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ty, you're right. I love when the meatball makes love to me because it satisfies me in a way that I will never be able to satisfy it. So it is a very one-sided relationship. But yeah, I think enjoying the meatball over and over again only gets you closer to the meatball, and you're able to spot a bad meatball easier instead of like you know like one time encountering a meatball and then maybe not liking it and then you know cutting off all meatballs because of that. Um, you know what I mean? It's like people who hate seafood, like they probably just had like a bad seafood experience. They didn't get the like the prawn tower at Balthazar.
I could totally get that. And it's about developing taste. And I think like that's what you're describing is that uh spingle fitzingle feeling, that transcends a fingertip feeling, or in this case it's like tongue tip feeling. That I
tongue
care for
tongue
the
tip.
detail. Tongue tip.
Mm-hmm.
So if Eric had to give a tongue tip to the breadheads, it would be to spend a bit more time with with a bad sandwich and see if you could find the good in it.
Mm-hmm. Explore that bad sandwich tip to tail.
Yeah. If it doesn't grow on you, eat it again. It might grow in you. It might be moldy.
Oh shit. And then one day you'll grow by eating it.
hmm Yeah. I wish I gained a few inches for every inch I ate. Be the tallest man on earth.
That was something that my parents used to get me to eat things, especially like green beans. They would say like, if you eat a green bean, you'll jump that much higher. And my dumbass finished the plate thinking I was gonna have like a crazy vertical. Didn't
Huh.
happen. I'm still waiting for
Yeah.
that to kick in.
You're a late bloomer in many ways, so it's totally possible. Okay, when I was a kid and I would go to Subway, I would get like they had a Bunwich. It was kind of like the Mighty Melt. It was about a 4-inch sandwich. Do you remember the Bunwich? Did you ever get that?
From Subway?
Yeah,
The Budwitch. No. That sounds something
Bunwich.
like Budway would produce.
No, Bunwich.
Bunwich. So
Yeah,
like a
like someone
witch,
who.
but with a BBL.
Yes, exactly. Cassie spells on that thick ass. Um, that's not totally what I mean, but it was simply just a 3 or 4 inch circular sandwich, and I'd always get like Black Forest ham on it when I was a kid. And at
Oh
some
yeah.
point, I I graduated to the 6 inch. I was like big enough of a boy to eat 2 more inches of sandwich and take on more of the adult breads. Because like a bun is a very like even today, like I see like an adult man order the Mighty Melt at Subway. I think like, why are you eating a child bun? Very Fogle of you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a huge red flag. Like if you're 30 plus and you're ordering a kids box, then you need to be arrested on site, dude. That holy
Yeah, I
shit.
think so. Yeah, send out an Amber
Oh
Alert.
fuck.
This guy's stealing not just the kids, but the whole pack. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I graduated to the 6 inch era. Sometime later in my youth, I there's like a point in every man's life where a day comes where you're just like, I can eat twice as much Subway, and then you order the footlong. Like, when does that happen? It's crazy though, because like
Mm.
it's not like a gradient. It's like time for twice as much. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. That's the limitations of the Subway menu, Ty. But fear not, because it's no longer that way. Now you can order a foot long pro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Could you order a 6 inch pro? Does that exist? Could you get double meat in your 6 inch? Does that even make sense like logistically?
It de- it depends if you're carb counting or not, I guess, because it like makes sense for like some
Mm,
diet types. Like
that's true.
we in previous episodes, we have not just dissuaded our listeners from participating in the keto diet, but we have actively rejected the concept altogether. But if you were to entertain such a like silly idea, silly philosophy, perhaps that that's the move. Double meat, single bread.
Double meat, single bread. You're right. It's keto curious. It's not full
Hmm.
keto because keto would have been salad. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I guess so.
keto curious is like bread from the kid's meal, but the meat from the dad's meal. You know what I mean?
It's a family affair.
Wow, it's a family affair. Wow. Dude, fuck, I'm so hungry right now, dude. It's like it's actually annoying at this point. Um,
Yeah. I also skipped lunch, but I'm riding my high from my last meal, Eric. You know what my last meal was?
mhm. Was it a uh, canned beverage?
No, idiot. It was Subway sandwiches. I went to Subway yesterday.
There's a thing now where whenever one of us goes to Subway, we just Snapchat the other person, like just the picture of the menu, and it says like, "Oh shit, here we go again."
Yeah, I'm in my dark place.
I didn't respond, but usually when I respond to these types of snaps, I say, "Are you, dude? Are you okay?" That kind of
You
thing.
good?
But yeah, you frequented the way last night. Was this a solo venture, or did LP come along, or was this a um, orgy of sorts?
Oh yeah, I brought the whole set. Yeah, I was coming back post long weekend road trip, and the way is a really nice like late night road trip stop because when you're driving a lot,
Oh
you
yeah,
kind of
buddy.
like you just like end up snacking on a lot of like salty and like potatoy things.
Hmm.
So by the time you like ready for a meal, the typical fast food chains don't really satisfy the way Subway hits on a road trip.
Dude, Subway hits really well because it's just like a brick in your stomach,
Hmm.
and it makes you so like what's the word I'm looking for?
Sick, sickly heavy.
Not sick, but like you don't want to move.
Yeah. You just get like so you're satisfied to the degree that you like don't feel like accomplishing anything else.
And so if you're driving or sitting passenger, even better, you
Hmm.
can just like sit there and like not even like move your like toes for like 8 hours. You know what I mean? However long you're driving, it's like you don't need to move that for that entire time, either because you're like asleep or you just like physically can't move anything more than your like arms while driving.
Yeah. You're giving your body so much to do. It has so much
Hmm.
to deal with in your stomach that you have
Hmm.
to allocate majority of your physical capacity to just that digestion process. So, and also there's probably an added safety benefit because, like, sure, seat belts are great, but like if you have like a 12-inch log in your stomach, like that's a really nice counterbalance in the event of a crash. Really weigh you down, keep you in the seat
Hmm. It's an added airbag as well.
a little bit, unless you
Wow.
go keto. You got no bread.
So So this is why truck drivers also love Subway. Like
Mm.
you park your 18 wheeler, and there's
Hmm.
always a Subway like in the truck gas stations. And like if you're like a rich, truck driver, you might have a bed in the back as well.
Hmm.
You could pull a sandwich artist if you wanted to, but you're gonna use that to nap off the 12 inches you just ate.
That's a good point. So they're actually the best set up to consume Subway on a road trip. It's like I don't think
Hmm.
the seats go all the way back in the Model 3, so good luck napping in there. You can put
Yeah, good
autonomous
luck.
driving on, but I don't trust it.
Hmm. If you were to like road trip in a Model 3, would you trust it enough to drive for you while you ate a sandwich?
Oof, that's a tough one because the challenge with the Subway sandwich is you can't just like drop it in a minute to like grab the wheel because
Hmm.
you don't want to get sweet onion sauce on that leather, you know?
Yeah.
So you need to drop wipe on your Amiri pants and then grab the leather wheel. And you don't really want to
Hmm.
do that either, right? Because they're
Hmm.
probably white. They're white Amiri jeans, I'm assuming.
White steering wheel, white Amiri jeans. There's no winning here, Ty.
Yeah.
So I mean, would you risk it though? Like, I think that's like the perfect use case for owning any autonomous vehicle is like
Hmm.
being able to just like have like the green and yellow paper in your lap and just like eating a footlong like in the car like this, just like
Hmm.
two-handing a 12-incher. And so like if someone drove by you, you'd be like hands off the wheel and like looks like
It's
you're
just
sucking your own
going.
dick at the the driver's seat.
Yeah, dude. It's like the new manual driving is now about like manual meal consumption while driving.
Exactly. That's pretty
I,
impressive.
I
I would be very impressed if I saw someone doing that.
I'd like to try it one day.
Okay, so walk me
I
through
had
this like sandwich order, man. Like, what was your vice of the evening?
I tried to keep it simple. I was feeling a little gross from the drive, so I wanted a veggie sandwich. A few things I immediately observed. There was a new bread in town, a new bread on the menu, Tex-Mex bread.
Oh,
Weird, right?
the bread is Tex-Mex. Okay, go on
Yeah.
that.
So that's all I had to work with. It was on the sneeze guard as a sticker. So I said, "Could I get the Tex-Mex bread?" And then she said, "We don't actually have any." And so I said, like, "Well, why'd you put the sticker up?" Like, we just don't. I don't know. They didn't have any, so I couldn't order the new bread. But I would encourage the breadheads to go see if they themselves can cop some Tex-Mex. It might be sold out everywhere.
hmm Sold out everywhere until supplies last. Do you think it's sold
Speaking of
out?
supply, maybe it just sold out. I don't know. It's likely
Hmm.
because speaking of supply, Eric, I then went to order the second best bread on the menu, the Italian herb and cheese, and the, the sandwich artist kind of directed me to a sign that said that due to supply chain issues, the Italian herb and cheese would be they would be subsidizing some of the ingredients in it with soy. So I guess like
What?
the dairy, maybe the milk, if there's any real dairy or milk in it, is is that was my best guess. It's like the dairy farmers are protesting, and so Subway's tapping big soy milk to make their bread.
Dude, what the fuck is going on over there, man?
The world
Where'd
is
you
falling
where'd you
apart.
drive to? The upside down?
Chilliwack, same thing.
Same shit. Wow, dude. That's awful, man. I don't know what's going on with that. Subway bread has soy in it?
Well, it does now because they needed to use it to replace something else, presumably dairy. So
Presumably yoga mats? Did they replace the yoga mat with soy? It's like, I'm so sorry. We have to take the plastic out.
mhm. I,
Dude, what the hell?
I don't know. Like I kind of always thought that yoga mats themselves were made with from soy. I feel like yoga mats are closer to the soy family than they are the bread family.
If you think about the person using a yoga mat, they probably
Mm,
already are on the soy train.
So if they swap the yoga mats for soy, there's no harm, no foul there. They retain their customer base
hmm
of yogis. But
Interesting, interesting. So how did you navigate
hmm
this situation? Did you say, yeah, let me get the soy, or did you say, I want the honey oat? Like, do
well,
they
as
even
the
have that bread anymore? Like, I'm so
I have no
confused, dude.
clue. Dude, the bread menu is torched at this point. There's nothing good left. Everything's a lie. But
Yeah,
as the
dude.
breadheads know, I'm a bit of a soy boy, so I absolutely still order the Italian herb and cheese. I was actually excited because I wanted to see if there was a difference in taste or texture with this new foreign ingredient added.
hmm It's pretty
Spoiler, there
crazy
wasn't. Tasted the same.
dude, it's pretty crazy they just like reinvented their bread and you didn't notice a single difference.
Hmm.
Like, imagine you're like, I don't know, cooking a breakfast and you're like, oh, I don't have any eggs now. And then after like making fucking omelet and not have Bay notice that there's no eggs in it.
And
Like,
to get away with it. I know.
yeah, so how does Subway
Wild.
do that? Like, what the fuck? Like, it just
Like,
goes to show that like most of their shit is like made in a lab somewhere,
hmm
and probably like 3D printed in the back.
I would think so. It makes me think like, what else could they swap out, and I would still be like bamboozled. Like if they
Hmm.
replaced the flour in the bread with, I don't know, almond flour, do you think you'd notice?
I want to say yes, but knowing Subway, they would probably engineer the perfect almond flour that would never ever like make you notice a difference, and you would
Mm-hmm.
just like eat it none the wiser. Is Subway the only restaurant that's going to survive the apocalypse?
It's totally possible because they've like engineered all their food to not use real garden food.
Hmm. They have like 50 Walter Whites in the back, figuring out like constantly running like the numbers
Mm-hmm.
and being like, okay, well, we know in about 45 years that spinach will cease to exist. So we've already come up with a solution and we're going to use this algae instead. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, I think so because the franchise consumes the cost of rent on the retail side, the sandwich artists like and the ingredients are really Subway's biggest cost.
Yeah.
So if Subway can cut down on cost of ingredients by engineering their own, and they're hinting at this. Do you see their Instagram post today? It was
No, I
whack as
tried my
hell.
best to not look at it.
Yeah, I do too, but I couldn't avoid this one, Eric. They basically made a picture of all of the different Subway ingredients, a photo, and then they like relabeled and renamed them all. They were called the uh, cucumbers crunch circles, the tomatoes solid ketchup, the jalapenos fire pickles, and the bell peppers sweet hots.
Do you think they took inspiration from us when we tried to order without saying the name of things?
I think so. I think there's something weird happening here. So I'm looking forward to like trying to order a sandwich and adding the sweet hots, the solid ketchup, and the partial leaves to my sandwich and see how the artist perceives that. But
Mm.
like it just kind of like they're not even like allowed. Maybe they're not even allowed to use the real names anymore. Like maybe they got sued. They can't call it a tomato. They have to call it solid ketchup.
Oh, I hate that this post is actually funny
It's pretty
because
funny.
I want to shit on them, but we literally did this in
Mm,
person.
it was awesome.
What what did we call the bacon, chicken bacon ranch? The pork and poultry?
The
Dude,
pork
I,
and poultry.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, what's
So
going
I
on
feel
with
like
Subway, man?
I don't know, man, but I think they're actually like tapping into this notion of like bioengineered vegetables because the FDA is not going to let them call their like uh whatever like plant-based spinach that's made from corn husk and I don't know methamphetamine. They're not allowed to call that actually spinach, right? So they're going to call it like green leaf-like substance
Mm,
now.
hmm.
And
So
you're gonna gobble it up. You're gonna gobble munch munch.
much. So what about like the footlong? Like footlongs have never been 12 inches exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So when are they going to rename that? You know, almost a foot or,
Mm.
footish.
Mm-hmm. Foot longish.
Exactly. I don't know, Ty. Is this a symptom of like PC culture? Like, is everything just like, so exact that we like can't just like generalize anything anymore? It's like we have to like know that the lettuce is not identifying as lettuce. We have to like respect that it's like 98% real lettuce and that 2% is actually like some bioengineered like molten lava type substance. I don't
Oh,
know.
completely, dude. Like if the social justice word warriors like weren't so preoccupied with like gender right now, they'd be like at Subway's throat.
Dude, 100%. Who knew that the, pepperoni was on the spectrum? And
Mm-hmm.
on one side you got pork, on the other side you got poultry. What is it?
Could be neither at this point. We got
Yeah,
to
it's
add soy
neither
to the
and both.
classification. Yeah.
Exactly. Wow, I'm glad we cracked the case. This makes me sad for our future. Is this the world we're living in now? Is this the new
This
normal?
the new normal is all about genetically modified Subway ingredients, and we're gonna
Mm,
celebrate it. We're gonna want it.
that's right. When did GMO start getting like villainized in the media? Because like
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
about you, but you ever buy like a tomato with like a small little like scratch on it? You're like, that's disgusting. I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
You just like throw it out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we all want beautiful, round, voluptuous, whole tomatoes from Whole Foods.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
like, why deny ourselves that? Some people avoid GMO. I am more GM pro. I I'm okay with it. In some because I don't really understand the full story, Eric. I don't understand like what about the pesticides are bad for me? What if I become
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, round, voluptuous like tomato? You are what you eat,
Mm-hmm.
after all.
Yeah, I'm trying to get thick for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's wrong with GMOs? Like it's in the name. It's against the pests.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you consider yourself a pest. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like I can't eat this.
I feel like we're taking a very like Joe Rogan approach to like figuring out our stance on GMOs, where we're like, oh, we don't really understand it, but we're gonna actively reject it. Or
We're gonna give a hard stance on this thing that means nothing to anyone at this
mm-hmm.
point. Like, I don't know, dude. In 10 years, we're all gonna be eating like 3D printed soy balls.
That's the thing. It's like the GMO like industry is here to stay. It is living here rent free, and it's going to continue to consume everything. So
hmm
why not embrace it? Try to like
hmm
help change the trajectory of it. Those who like
hmm
outright reject it, they will be irrelevant. They will be left off they won't have a seat at the table when it's decision making time. But think fresh. Your co-host Ty and Eric, we were a part of the GMO movement. We're gonna
Whoa,
that
whoa,
it's done
whoa,
the right way.
whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm, I'm, I have one foot in both camps here.
Okay, you're
I,
playing both sides.
I'm playing both sides of this political spectrum here, Ty. Um, with the increasing number of chickens on Earth,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think the future is hopeful. Um, I strongly believe, Ty, that in any amount of time, there's going to be like enough chickens to feed anybody who wants them, and that's going to include me, Ty. I'm never going to give up the gluck gluck.
So this is your dream. If you were president of the world, you make sure there was a surplus of chickens for everybody. This is your
Exactly.
campaign strategy.
Everybody who wants a pig's foot can get a pig's foot at any time of day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's I guess tying it back to like GMOs, I'm fine if the chickens have been injected with Joe Rogan's growth
Mm-hmm.
hormone. No
Mm-hmm.
problem. Um, I'm happy to eat a huge chicken. I don't mind.
Mm-hmm. The bigger the
So
better.
do whatever you want to the chicken as long as it's um, you know it can lay an egg and it can you know
Make
cock a
another
doodle
chicken.
doo. Yeah, make another chicken.
Mm-hmm. I
Exactly.
guess so. Eric is a big chicken himself.
hmm
He, I understand your campaign promise here.
hmm
I uh, I don't know how I feel about genetically modifying the animal, Eric. A
I
plant is
had a
one thing.
dream. I have a dream, Ty.
Eric had a
And that
dream.
dream, and that dream, Ty, is for chickens to go nowhere. Every household will have a chicken coop.
Cool. I like that. I want my own chicken coop. I read this
hmm
book a while back. It was like how to live well with chickens, and it talked about like keeping pets and the joy they can bring both from a like they can feed you, but they can also be a companion to you. And it opened my eyes a lot to like chicken keeping and the, just like it sounds quaint, quaint like
It
a
kind of
quail.
does. Imagine having imagine having a chicken like flying around your one bedroom apartment, just like screaming, like wanting some fresh air, just like
Damn.
chewing away at your rogue concept thinks it's a ball of hay, um,
Mm-hmm.
or some bird feed.
Oh
Who
yeah,
knows what
dude.
chickens eat at this point?
Clawed up my Herman Miller.
Hmm. They just like reach up and move into your one of your bocce lights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make a little nest in the glassware. Ah,
Yeah.
geez. I don't think that like I could see us like giving chickens GMOs to domesticate them better so that they can make for a ergonomic indoor pet. I feel like that's like a, I could maybe get on board with that utopia.
Hmm. Yeah, that is a nice utopia, Travis Scott voice. But we
Mm-hmm.
have like we've taken like lions and tigers, and somehow down the line we've turned them into like little house cats that like just sit there and feed themselves and don't do much else.
Mm-hmm.
How do we take the chicken, which is used to like fighting its way out of a metal box, to
Mm-hmm.
living peacefully in my studio apartment?
Yeah, I
What do
want
we
the
have to
chicken to
do?
like sit on my lap while I watch Love Island
Hmm.
and pleasant house guest, you know?
Absolutely. What if you like sit down on your couch on your couch? You just like go and sit down on your couch and you just hear a big crunch, and you just
Oh
like look
no.
down and there's like a fucking egg yolk like inside of your jeans
Shit.
now.
Damn, don't mind all the egg yolk stains on my carpet and pants.
Hmm. Exactly. Yeah, I promise it's an egg.
Nasty. I don't know, dude. I maybe one day we'll get there. I don't know how the Egyptians shrunk all those lions down into cats, but I trust that it will sort itself out evolutionarily and we will get chickens in houses if it's meant to be.
Dude, that's why I have no problems with anything happening in the world. Evolution will just take care of itself.
It's all
Why do
natural.
we why do we feel like we have the power to do anything?
I don't know, man. I really don't.
Yeah,
I
dude.
remember reading this quote that was like, natural just means that the thing exists on Earth because Earth is nature. So if it exists, it is nature. Therefore, it is natural. So
Hmm.
genetically modified organisms
Whoa.
are natural because they exist.
Dude, that's beautiful. That's from Sapiens, right?
That's from Sapiens. Yep. Shout out
Dude,
to them.
exactly. How
Yeah.
can someone have the audacity to live on Earth and say that something else is unnatural?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it came from the Earth. How is it not
Yeah.
natural? How can anything be unnatural?
The only thing that's unnatural are things that don't exist. So, for example,
Whoa.
Subway bread is unnatural because it's not really bread.
Hmm. And it's never in stock. Same with the McDonald's ice cream machine.
Mm-hmm,
That's
mm-hmm,
unnatural.
unnatural. But like a Subway bread like entity is absolutely
Hmm.
natural.
Speaking of something that should be natural but currently is unnatural, the falafel pie. How do we
Mm-hmm.
bring back this perfect like sandwich flavor? And it's one that's gonna like, it's falafel's been a food that's just survived like thousands and thousands of years,
Mm-hmm.
and it will continue to survive thousands and thousands of years because it's so dead simple. Chickpeas, some spices, mushed together in a little ball. It's the original meatball if you think about it.
It
So,
really is.
how do we like somehow convince Subway to bring back this gem of a flavor and appeal to, more people like you and people like
Mm-hmm.
me who are just like into like good flavors, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone's got a little bit of falafel curiosity in them.
Hmm.
I don't know what the solution is here, Eric. We really need Big Subway to step up and tell us that the falafel is important to them too. So maybe our Lebanese listeners who have a deep history with falafel could uh, at them on Twitter. They have a bit more clout. Maybe we could start bringing our own falafels to Subway. A little bit of a guerrilla campaign to
Mm.
get noticed.
Hmm.
Do you have any
How do we
suggestions?
Is it easy to start a petition like change.org?
Yeah, we could do a
Can we just
change.org
like,
petition.
yeah, can we just make a petition for Subway to reinstate the falafel?
Officially bring it back on the menu. I think there might even be one already out there, but if not,
Mm-hmm.
rest my words, Breadheads. Think Fresh podcast will make this happen. That's
Mm-hmm.
my campaign promise.
Absolutely. It'll be our life's mission to bring back the falafel. And once we achieve this mission, I'm happy to sunset this podcast because we've done everything we needed to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. It gives this podcast purpose. Let's do it. Let's bring back the falafel.
Mm-hmm. We've been
Okay.
struggling, Kai, for 185 episodes to think of like something meaningful to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we finally hit on it.
I think so too. Wow. I feel so fulfilled and happy and warm inside.
Much like a
Like a
falafel.
like a falafel, yes. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna figure this out. I'm
hmm
gonna work on the 12-inch plan, and we'll present to the breadheads next episode.
Absolutely. That'll be this week's goal.
Mm-hmm.
By next Friday, we're gonna have something to share with the breadheads, and it will be rewarding. You know what I mean? Think
Mm-hmm.
about like all the petitions in the world that have gone down, like like freeing like Nelson Mandela. Like you wish you had your name on that. Don't let
I do.
don't let yourself have FOMO for this checklist for this
Yeah.
whatever
If you sign the
petition.
free Earl change.org petition, you should be able to sign this free lawful one as well. Just as easy.
Free lawful, exactly. Exactly. If you posted about, free KK, free thug,
Mm-hmm.
I better see your ass posted about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's time to keep
This
that
is
same energy.
this is our Coney 2012, Eric.
hmm
Let's 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 get
we'll make some stickers too.
yeah. Get a Wiz Khalifa track.
hmm Beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay.
Okay, buddy. Well, I think that about does it for today. Um, my legal team requested that I don't talk to you for 10 days.
uh, Eric's going full easy.
I'm going full easy gap. Um, Anyways, thanks, Breadheads, for listening. Stay
Mm-hmm.
tuned this week for a life-changing event. And yeah, catch you
Mm-hmm.
next time.
Really setting expectations high here, but we've been known to disappoint. We'll see how it goes. Think fresh, everybody. Tune in next episode. Thank you for listening. Ciao.